Our forecast here today. Looking at the sky, we've got a mixed sky here today. This is a fall-like look once again, is it not? We've got lake effect clouds around, some holes in the clouds as well. We're seeing some sunshine. This is how it's going to go for much of the day. We're going to have sun peaks with some lake effect clouds floating over. Not a lot of rain out of these, though. There's much drier air moving in versus earlier this week. 60 degrees right now over at Hopkins. That wind is out of the north. That is key in our forecast here. We've got a renewed batch of cool air coming in. We're in the 50s pretty much area-wide, some 40s out east. We had some 40s down towards the south earlier this morning. And we've got a very still morning for most of us. The wind a little gusty towards the lakeshore, coming unimpeded off that lake as you'd expect. The rain yesterday was with that Arctic front that went by. The whole thing isn't heading due south anymore. It's kind of curling up and around. So you see the rain in upstate New York. But of our interest is this chunk of cool air that's still off towards the north. The rotation around this low is bringing it in still. And so we have temperatures that want to go higher today, right? But we've got cool air moving in at the same time. So as a result, we're only going to increase our temp by about 10 degrees today. Typically, it's about a 20-degree swing between morning and afternoon, but not the case today. Not much warming. And you see the lake effect being picked up on Lake Huron. A lot of this is going to come into our neck of the woods with a pretty cloudy day today. We will have some sunshine, especially further south you are. There's your forecast, though. Look at temperatures. We average near 80 degrees this time of year. We're going to be in the low to mid 60s, depending on where you are today. Just incredible for late August to get this kind of cool air. And Friday Night Football going to be the recipient of some sweater weather, maybe a flannel or a sweatshirt. You'll need the blanket as well. And I just want to make sure our schools are stocked up on hot chocolate in those concession stands. That's going to be a hot item here as we go throughout our Friday night. All right, National Design Hour by our forecast. Here's your mixed sky today. Mid 60s, I think, ought to do it. Tonight's going to be cool. We're going to fall back down to the 40s inland. A lot of 30s showing up on our model. That's a little too low. We're not going to be dealing with that. But 40s ought to do it tonight. And then tomorrow up near 70. This kick starts a beautiful Labor Day weekend. We haven't changed these numbers all week. I did lower Monday by 1 degree. So there's that. 70, 74, 78. Beautiful, just some high wispy clouds, great for the air show, great for the Geauga County Fair, really looks great. And, you know, we've got this dry stretch of weather, and we place it right on the weekend. What great timing, right? Rain chances ramp up Tuesday night into Wednesday. I'll show you the changes on that with the long ranger forecast. We'll have nice dry weather this weekend. We'll keep our eye next week on this low pressure. It's kind of cut off from the jet stream down towards Oklahoma. That looks to get in there with some rain perhaps on Wednesday. And then our stronger front we've been talking about for a while moves in here Thursday. So 2 days of rain. That's good for our folks down in Akron that need the rain. And then we would dry out after that. Your Union Home Mortgage 10-day forecast. Notice temperatures head down after that. We're back to fall-like levels on into next Friday with temperatures getting down to 60. So, Brissa, another cool Friday night football week next week as it looks right now.
And I also love that we're saving the good weather for the weekend. And then, you know, when kids go back to school and everyone heads back to work, that's when the storms come in.
Doesn't always happen.
No.
That's a pattern we're in right now. So let's keep it as long as we can.